In a world where constant notifications, endless meetings, and endless to-do lists have become the norm, how do you cut through the noise and actually get meaningful work done? This video dives deep into the transformative concepts from Deep Work by Cal Newport. We'll explore why shallow distractions are holding you back, how to reclaim your focus, and actionable steps to create a life where your time and energy are spent on what truly matters. By the end, you'll have tools to work smarter, not harder, and see immediate improvements in your productivity and satisfaction. The importance of monastic deep work. In Deep Work, Cal Newport introduces the concept of monastic deep work, which refers to dedicating long periods of time to focused, high-level work by eliminating distractions. He draws inspiration from the way monks, throughout history, would isolate themselves from the world to focus intensely on their spiritual practices. Newport suggests that we too can achieve remarkable work by embracing this level of intensity and focus. The core idea here is that our best, most creative efforts come from sustained periods of concentration without interruptions from technology, social media, or other distractions. Think about how much more you get done when you're undisturbed. If you're trying to write an important email or focus on a creative task while constantly checking your phone, it's similar to trying to bake a cake while constantly opening the oven door. Each time you check your phone or jump between tasks, it's like letting the heat escape, disrupting the flow and making the process take longer. Newport highlights that our brains need uninterrupted time to process and generate high-quality work. Just like a car engine runs best when it stays steady on the road, your mind thrives when it's given the time to engage deeply without distractions. One of the key elements of monastic deep work is the idea of singular focus. Newport explains that this is the opposite of multitasking, which has been shown to reduce efficiency and the quality of work. When you focus entirely on one task, you allow your mind to dive deeper into the material, to solve problems creatively, and to produce work that would be impossible if you were constantly dividing your attention. It's like playing an instrument. You need to focus on each note to create harmony, rather than trying to play multiple songs at once. Newport also emphasizes the importance of creating an environment conducive to deep work. Imagine a chef preparing a complicated dish in a chaotic kitchen. Without a clean workspace or the right tools, the process would be much harder, and the final dish wouldn't be as satisfying. Similarly, for deep work to occur, you need to control your environment. This might mean turning off notifications, setting boundaries with colleagues, or creating a space dedicated only to focused work. The fewer distractions you have, the easier it will be to enter a state of flow. To truly benefit from monastic deep work, Newport advocates for scheduling these periods of focus into your daily routine. He suggests carving out specific blocks of time, like a couple of hours each morning, where you work on your most challenging projects without interruption. This could mean leaving your phone in another room or using website blockers to prevent you from checking social media. Just like you wouldn't go grocery shopping without a list to avoid buying things you don't need, setting clear intentions for these deep work sessions helps you stay focused and on track. By committing to deep work and creating the right environment, you can significantly boost your productivity and produce work that's both creative and valuable. The key is to protect your focus like it's a precious resource, making it a regular part of your routine rather than something you try to fit in when you find time. Just like an athlete trains daily to improve performance, making deep work a habit will elevate the quality of your output over time. Are you liking the content? Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps and means a lot. 2. Embracing the craftsman mindset. Cal Newport advocates for adopting the craftsman mindset as a key to achieving excellence in a world teeming with distractions. Unlike the passion mindset, which asks, "What can the world offer me?" The craftsman mindset flips the question, What can I offer to the world? This approach emphasizes skill mastery, attention to detail, and a relentless commitment to improving one's craft, no matter the field. Newport suggests that mastery doesn't just lead to better work, it builds confidence, fulfillment, and career success. Imagine a potter shaping clay. Each spin of the wheel, each press of the hand, refines the piece toward perfection. The craftsman mindset mirrors this process. It's about consistently improving, even if progress feels incremental. Newport explains that this dedication to quality requires deliberate practice, which means working just outside your comfort zone to stretch your abilities. It's not enough to repeat tasks you're already good at. You have to seek challenges that push your limits. Newport contrasts the craftsman mindset with the modern tendency toward multitasking and shallow work. He points out that many people today scatter their attention across a dozen different projects, social media feeds, and notifications, diluting their ability to perform at a high level. This is like a chef trying to cook 5 different dishes at once, only to end up with burnt or undercooked meals. Instead, Newport urges us to focus deeply on one task at a time, honing it to the best of our ability before moving on to the next. Developing. This mindset also requires patience and resilience. Newport discusses how the craftsman mindset doesn't promise immediate gratification. Like planting a tree, the results of deliberate practice take time to grow. But with consistency, the fruits, be it career opportunities, personal satisfaction, or financial rewards, become undeniable. He shares examples of professionals who, through years of meticulous effort, carved out niches where their expertise became irreplaceable. A practical way to adopt the craftsman mindset is to start with a single skill or area of your work. Dedicate focused, uninterrupted time to improving it daily. For instance, if you're a writer, commit to refining one aspect of your craft, such as dialogue or pacing. Create a system for feedback and improvement, whether it's through peer reviews or studying experts in your field. Treat every project as a step toward mastery rather than just another task to complete. By adopting the craftsman mindset, you're not just producing better work, you're cultivating a sense of pride and purpose in what you do. The more value you create, the more opportunities you attract, making your work not just a means of survival, but a fulfilling journey of self-improvement. 3. The power of batching shallow work. Cal Newport highlights the importance of minimizing the disruptive effects of shallow work, tasks that are low in cognitive demand but necessary, like replying to emails or managing administrative duties. He argues that while these tasks are unavoidable, they should not dominate your day or encroach on time meant for meaningful, deep work. Instead, batching these tasks into concentrated blocks of time helps preserve your mental energy for higher value activities. Think of shallow work as the clutter on a kitchen counter. If you clean as you cook, washing every dish, wiping every surface the moment it gets dirty, you'll end up spending more time cleaning than preparing the meal. Newport advises taking a different approach. Let the clutter accumulate while you focus on the main task and then tackle all the cleaning at once. This saves time and allows you to stay immersed in the creative or strategic aspects of your work. Shallow work is particularly harmful because it encourages context switching, which Newport identifies as a major productivity killer. Each time you shift from writing a report to answering an email or taking a quick phone call, your brain has to reset. This attention residue, as he calls it, can linger even after you return to your primary task, making it harder to regain focus and work effectively. By batching shallow work, you can minimize these interruptions and create a clear boundary between focused and routine tasks. Another benefit of batching shallow work is psychological. When you group similar tasks together, you transform them into a manageable block rather than a constant stream of distractions. This approach prevents the nagging feeling of unfinished to-dos that often looms over a workday. Newport describes this as creating mental compartments, where you give shallow work a defined space, preventing it from spilling into more important aspects of your day. To implement this strategy, Newport suggests scheduling a specific time each day for shallow tasks. For example, dedicate 30 minutes after lunch to reply to emails, pay bills, or handle other routine matters. During this time, focus solely on completing as many of these tasks as possible without distractions. Once the time block ends, move on to deeper, more significant work. This structured approach not only increases productivity, but also creates a sense of control over your workload. By batching shallow work, you free up mental and emotional capacity for the tasks that truly matter. It's like clearing your desk. At the end of the day, you create a clean slate that allows you to approach the next big challenge with clarity and focus. This habit, while simple, can dramatically improve the quality of both your work and your mindset. 4. The 4DX strategy for focused results. Cal Newport introduces the 4 disciplines of execution, 4DX, as a structured framework to achieve focused, high-impact results in deep work. This strategy begins with identifying wildly important goals, WIGs, the critical objectives that truly matter and align with your long-term ambitions. Newport emphasizes that having too many priorities dilutes effort, much like trying to chase multiple balloons in the wind. You might touch a few, but you won't catch any. Focusing on 1 or 2 WIGs ensures your energy is directed where it counts most. The next discipline involves acting on lead measures, which are the small, controllable behaviors that drive progress toward your WIGs. For example, if your goal is to write a book, your lead measure might be the number of words you write daily. Newport explains that these measures are more actionable and impactful than lag measures, such as total sales or completed chapters, which reflect outcomes rather than processes. By concentrating on what you can control, you create momentum and measurable progress. Keeping a compelling scoreboard is the 3rd discipline. Newport likens this to tracking your fitness progress. Having a clear visual representation of your performance makes success tangible and motivates you to keep going. A scoreboard can be as simple as a chart tracking your hours of deep work or the number of tasks completed toward your WIGs. It's important that this scoreboard is easily visible and updated frequently, as it serves as a constant reminder of your commitment and progress. The final discipline is creating a cadence of accountability. This involves setting regular check-ins with yourself or a team to assess progress and adjust strategies. Newport suggests this rhythm is crucial because it keeps you engaged and prevents drift. Think of it as maintaining a garden, consistent attention to what's growing, what's wilting, and what needs pruning ensures a flourishing outcome. Without these accountability moments, even the best laid plans can fall victim to inertia. For example, imagine a software developer with the WIG of creating a new application within 6 months. Her lead measure might be coding for 4 hours, a focused time each day. She sets up a scoreboard to track her daily progress and holds a weekly review to reflect on her accomplishments and challenges. By staying committed to these disciplines, she builds steady momentum, avoids distractions, and ultimately delivers a polished product on time. The 4DX framework is a powerful tool for cutting through the noise of everyday demands and zeroing in on what truly matters. By clarifying priorities, tracking meaningful actions, and fostering accountability, it helps transform aspirations into achievements while maintaining a sustainable and productive workflow. 5. Work less to achieve more. Cal Newport highlights an intriguing paradox. Reducing your working hours while sharpening your focus can lead to greater productivity and more meaningful accomplishments. He argues that our culture's obsession with long hours often sacrifices quality for quantity, like overwatering a plant and drowning its roots. Instead, Newport promotes the idea of working with intention and giving your mind the rest it needs to operate at peak performance. The brain is much like a battery. If it's constantly drained without time to recharge, it loses its ability to perform effectively. Newport explains that when you work for extended periods without proper breaks, your cognitive abilities diminish, and what initially took 1 hour of focused effort may take twice as long. By integrating regular intervals of deep work and deliberate rest, you create a rhythm that enhances both creativity and problem solving. He also emphasizes the importance of downtime, not as wasted time, but as a vital component of productivity. Newport cites studies showing that rest, particularly unstructured rest like walking or daydreaming, allows the subconscious mind to process complex problems. Imagine trying to untangle a knotted rope. You pull and twist, but sometimes stepping away for a moment gives you the fresh perspective needed to see the solution. Scheduling breaks is equally critical. Newport encourages setting boundaries for your workday, such as having a hard stop time in the evening. This deliberate limitation forces you to prioritize tasks and make the most of the hours you have. Without these boundaries, it's easy to fall into the trap of endless work, where quantity takes precedence over quality and burnout becomes inevitable. For example, a graphic designer might allocate 3 hours each morning for focused, uninterrupted work on creative projects. After that, they take a 30-minute walk outdoors, followed by a more flexible afternoon to handle emails or smaller tasks. By structuring their day this way, they protect their mental energy for the tasks that require the most focus while still leaving room for recovery and reflection. The concept of working less to achieve more is a challenge to conventional wisdom, but it's grounded in research and practical application. By embracing rest as a tool for productivity and structuring your time with intentionality, you can achieve higher quality results without succumbing to exhaustion. The importance of embracing boredom, Cal Newport emphasizes that one of the most overlooked skills in the modern age is the ability to embrace boredom. In a world where notifications, entertainment, and endless streams of information are just a tap away, our brains have become addicted to constant stimulation. Newport argues that this addiction undermines our ability to focus deeply as we unconsciously seek distractions whenever we feel even a hint of monotony. Think of your brain like a muscle. If you constantly lift light weights, distractions, your muscle never strengthens. Similarly, if you avoid boredom by scrolling on your phone or jumping between tasks, your ability to focus at a high level never develops. Newport points out that tolerating boredom isn't just about self-control. It's about rewiring your brain to resist the immediate gratification of distractions and sustain attention for meaningful, complex tasks. He discusses how this practice builds mental toughness. It's like training for a marathon. At first, long runs feel unbearable, but with time, your stamina grows. Similarly, by intentionally exposing yourself to moments of boredom, such as waiting in line without checking your phone, you train your brain to stay present. This resistance to distraction directly translates into your ability to engage in deep work. Newport provides examples of how embracing boredom fosters creativity and problem-solving. He explains that some of history's most profound insights came not in moments of busyness, but during idle time. When you let your mind wander without external stimuli, your subconscious starts connecting ideas in unexpected ways, much like how a garden flourishes when left undisturbed to grow. To implement this principle, Newport suggests scheduling distraction-free time daily. For instance, commit to a 30-minute session of deep work without any interruptions or access to devices. Additionally, he recommends leaving your phone behind during mundane activities like a walk or while waiting for public transport. By forcing yourself to endure these moments without stimulation, you gradually build the discipline to focus for longer periods. In essence, learning to embrace boredom is not about depriving yourself of entertainment, but about reclaiming your mental space. It's a small but powerful step toward rewiring your brain for focus, enabling you to perform deep, meaningful work in a world filled with shallow distractions.